A very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to your AVS 1 class. So, as we were doing our fourth chapter, that is floats, sinks, and mixes. So, we have discussed almost all the topics. Only one last topic is left, so which we are going to discuss it today. So, before going to today's explanation, let us first recall what we have learned in the previous class. So today's objective is we will see what is the effect of heat on the solubility. Yes, how does the heat affects the solubility of the objects or the particles in water. Clear? And we will also do some workbook questions. So first let us recall, in the last class we have seen that water as a universal solvent. We have seen that water is a universal solvent because it can dissolve many substances in it, though not all the things, but many substances other than the other liquids. It can dissolve many things. Yes, it can dissolve many substances, many particles. For that reason water is called as a universal solvent. Okay, so we have also seen that though it can dissolve many substances, but at some point of time when the quantity of the solute and solvent is equal, yes, when the quantity of solute and solvent is equal, now the solute doesn't get dissolved in the solvent, as it is become a saturated solution. We have seen what is a saturated solution. Yes, so at one fixed point of time, after adding too much of solute in the solvent, yes, the dissolving of the solute stops. Yes, then what happens? We need to increase the quantity of the solvent, and then only we can dissolve more and more solute. Yes, we have seen the examples also. Okay, and the other topic that we have learned in the previous class was solvents other than water. We have seen other than water, and what are the other solvents? That is your petrol and kerosene. We have seen that the oily substances, they cannot be mixed with the water, so for that we need the solvent like petrol and kerosene to dissolve it. Yes or no? Okay, so today we are going to see the effect of heat and solubility. Okay, now what is the effect of heat and solubility? That means we are going to see how on heating the solubility of the substances appear. Okay, now before going to that, I will show this one. Yes, this picture. In the last class also we have seen this diagram where at one side it is the unsaturated solution and on the other side it is a saturated solution. That means a solution that is full with the solvent and the solute. Yes, a solution with full solute and solvent. That means the proper amount of solute and solvent is totally packed there. Yes, and there is no space for adding of other solute. Now if I put this solution on heating, yes, if I put this solution on heating, then what will happen? See here. Now suppose this saturated solution, yes, in the last class we have read what is a saturated solution. Saturated solution is a solution where the proper amount of solute and solvent get dissolved and there is no space for other solute to get mixed in it. Yes or no? We have seen that while adding sugar and sugar in a water, after adding some amount of sugar in a water, at some point of time the sugar stops dissolving and it is settling down at the bottom. Yes, so that is called a saturated solution. Yes or no? Yes. Now that solution only, if you put under if you keep on heating, if you put on a burner or if you keep on heating, what will happen? What will happen? Now you see here, you will find the salt. Here it is taken as an example of salt. You can take salt, sugar, whatever. You will find that the salt which did dissolve even on stirring gets dissolved on heating the solution. Besides it, some more amount of salt can also be dissolved in the solution. Yes, children, this is a very common thing. Now, if I say you take 2 glasses of water, yeah, in one glass you take a hot water. Yes, and in one glass you take a hot water, and in one glass you take a cold water. Now, after taking this hot water and cold water, yes, you add some amount of salt or sugar. Yes, you add some amount of salt and sugar. Yes, and you try mixing it. You keep on stirring. Yes, what you will notice? We will notice that the hot water, yes, the hot water takes the salt or sugar very fast. That means we can dissolve the sugar and salt very fast in the hot water as compared to the cold water. Yes or no? This we oftenly do. Yes, when you are having your warm milk, coffee, whatever it is, when you try to dissolve sugar in it, you will see the sugar dissolves very fast. Why? What is the reason? The reason is on hitting, yes, on hitting, the molecules of the water or the molecules of the milk, they get more scattered. Okay, they get more scattered, and for that reason it is allowing more and more sugar, or it is allowing more and more solute to get dissolved in it. So same goes with the saturated solution also. Now, saturated solution means at some point of time in the solution you are unable to add any solute. Likewise, we have seen in the last class. Yes or no? Now, that solution, if you put on heating, you will see the molecules in the water, they start scattering. Yes, they start making spaces, and then what happens? You can add more and more solute to it. Understood? So this is the effect of heat on solubility. That means while you heat it too much, because heating means we are keeping it in higher temperature. Yes or no? The temperature is high. So when we are keeping it in higher temperature, what happens? The molecules, they start making spaces. Yes, they start making spaces. For that reason, what happens? When they start making spaces means jaga. Yes, when they start making spaces, so more and more solute you can add. Yes, so same thing goes with the saturated solution also. If one point of time you are unable to add sugar and salt on a water, so if you heat that one, yes, if you heat your water, you will see the amount of the salt and sugar that was not dissolving, they will start dissolving in the water. Understood? So this is the effect of heat on the solubility. Yes, when you heat a solvent, it is very much easy to mix the solute. Clear? Okay, see here. This activity indicates that on heating, the solubility of substances increases. In other words, solubility increases with the rise in temperature. Yes, heating means the temperature is high. Yes or no? That means there is a rise in temperature. So when there is a rise in temperature, you can easily dissolve the things. Yes, you can easily dissolve the things. Now we will come to the this page. See here. We have learned that we cannot dissolve something in water beyond a limit. Yeah, we have learned that one. In the last class, we have seen that after some point of time, we are unable to dissolve the solute in the water. That means your sugar or salt. At some point of time, we are unable to dissolve it. Yes? Let us do an activity to understand why. Take 3 glasses. Take cold water in the first glass, normal in the second glass, and hot water in the third one. Add 1 spoon of sugar to each of them. Stir and observe the changes. Yes, the sugar in hot water disappears first. The normal water takes more time, and cold water takes the longest. Now, in all 3 glasses, the solvent and the solute are the same. Then, why is there a difference in the speed of dissolving? Yes. Then why is there a change in the speed? As I given you the example of an hot water and a cold water. You are taking same amount of water in both the glasses, same amount of sugar. Yes, same amount of sugar or salt you have mixed, but you will notice that the hot water dissolves it faster than the cold water. Then why this happens? Now you'll see. The difference is due to heat. When water is heated, the heat energy causes the particles to start moving faster. As I told you, the molecules, yes, the molecules that are present in the water, they will start moving faster. That means they started to make spaces, jaga, they started to make spaces. Fast movement of the particles cause them to dissolve faster. Yes, when they will make the spaces, that means they are able to add more things and they can dissolve the things much faster, isn't it? Heating solvents like water or milk allow us to dissolve more quantity of a solute in it. Understood? For that reason, whenever we dissolve something in hot water, hot milk, hot coffee, yes, that means when the temperature is high, then it is very easy to dissolve the things. For that reason, it is said what is the effect of heat on solubility. Clear? Okay. Next we will come to the connect the dots part. You see, so social studies fun. The water of the Dead Sea near Jordan has a salt level 9.6 times higher than oceans. Okay, you know what is a Dead Sea. We know about it. Yes or no? Okay. Now, so most of the water, plants and animals cannot live in it. That is why it is got the name Dead Sea. Yes, because the salt level, we know in there are salt contains in every ocean seawater. Yes, there is some amount of salt, but in Dead Sea, okay, in that sea the salt amount is much higher, like 9.6, which is much higher than the other oceans. Okay, so for that reason what happens, it is making impossible for the aquatic plants and animals. Yes, the plants and animals that are living in water, they are unable to survive there. Yes, for that reason it is said the name Dead Sea. It got the name Dead Sea. Okay. Anyone can easily float on it due to high amount of salt. Yes, you can easily float on the water because there is high amount of salt in the water. Okay. Next is English fun. Fill in the blanks using the correct prepositions. Sugar dissolves dash in water. A leaf float dash the surface of water. Stone sinks dash water. So these are the three fill in the blanks. You have to use prepositions, so you know you can do this one. Okay, so do it by yourself. Next we will move to workbook questions. So I will discuss the questions, so you have to write the answers by yourself. Okay, see here. If sugar dissolves in water, then which of the following is true? I will move my picture. Yeah, it is insoluble in water. It is soluble in water. It floats on water. It cannot form a solution in water at all. If sugar dissolves in water, then which of the following is true? It is insoluble in water. It is soluble in water. It floats on water. It cannot form a solution in water at all. What should be the answer? Because we know sugar dissolves completely in water. So it is soluble in water. So your answer will be number B. Which of the following doesn't dissolve in water at all? Sand, salt, sugar, blue ink. That is your Nil. So students say which doesn't dissolve in water completely? Sand. Yeah. Dash can dissolve other substances in it. What can dissolve other substances in it? Solute or solvent? It is your solvent, isn't it? Okay. In a solution, dash dissolves in a solvent. What dissolves in a solvent to make a solution? Solute. Okay. Give an example of an insoluble substance. You can write it your own. You have to write at least 3 examples of insoluble substance which doesn't dissolve in water, okay, or dissolve in any liquid. Give an example of a substance that floats on water. You have to write the substances which floats on water, which doesn't sink but it floats on water. Okay, now when is a substance said to be sinking? Give an example. Now what we know about sinking? What is sinking? Sinking means they are settling at the bottom. Yes or no? So substance is said to be sinking when it is settled at the bottom. So you can write the example of your own. Okay. Next, true and false. Sugar dissolves in cooking oil. True or false? It is false. It doesn't dissolve. Common salt dissolves in water. True. Substance soluble in water may not be soluble in other liquids. Yes, it is also true, because we have seen the example of sugar. Sugar dissolves in water, but it doesn't dissolve in oil. Yes or no? Okay. All liquids are universal solvent. Do all liquids are universal solvents? No. Okay. Why do we call water as a universal solvent? Because it has the ability. Yes, it has the ability to dissolve many of the substances. Okay. What happens to the sugar when we add it to oil? What happens when we add the sugar to the oil? Yes, it doesn't dissolve, but it settles at the bottom. Okay. Number 14, you see. In the boxes given below, draw what will happen next. Write the reason in the space provided. Okay. So, here 1 teaspoon of salt is given. Yes, that means at 1 teaspoon of salt is added to a glass of water. Then what will happen? It will dissolve properly. Yes or no? Because in a glass of water, if you are dissolving 1 tablespoon of salt, it will dissolve completely. Okay, so the answer will, it will dissolve completely. That means it will give a solution. Yes. Okay. Next, here we will see, now in same amount of water you are mixing 1 bowl of salt. Now what will happen? In 1 glass of water you are mixing 1 tablespoon of salt, and it will mix it properly. Now in same amount of water itself you are mixing 1 bowl of salt. So will it dissolve properly? Think. No, it won't dissolve, because saturated solution. Yes or no? It won't dissolve, because what we have learned in the saturated solution, the quantity of solvent should be higher. Yes, it should be more than the solute, so it won't dissolve. That means the full bowl of salt won't dissolve either. It will be settled down at the bottom. Okay. The next, which of the following is used to clean grease stained clothes? Now grease stained clothes means we know it will contain an amount of oil. So what is used to how it can be cleaned? With the help of an petrol. Yes or no? So your answer will be option number B. Okay, now 16. Meera wants to paint pictures using her new poster colors. So you know what will be a poster color. Yeah. Which of the following will be the most suitable solvent to prepare the colors for her painting? So what can she use to mix the poster colors? It will be water. Yes or no? Okay, so up till here we have discussed today. So whatever questions we have discussed, please do write the answers. Okay, please do write the answers, and the leftover questions we will discuss in the next class. Clear? So till then, take care.